Welcome back to another edition of In My Humble Opinion. You know who it is. It's your boy Bloodline with...
I'm Daphne.
And I'm your boy Mondo. And today we're going to talk about like social media, like the peer pressures of social media. People thinking they got a flash for the gram, or, had that thing tweeted up for Twitter, or,
Definitely. I like those
something for
pictures.
Snapchat,
Right.
and all the different things that, happen with that. So that's our conversation today. So, Braylock, I want to start off with this question. Well, no, maybe Daphne. When now, with the climate we're in now, the racial climate, so we're seeing a lot of people are losing their jobs from things that they're posting on Facebook, and it's not necessarily calling nobody the N-word or anything like that, but anything that's like remotely close to offensive racially, get reported, bam, you out of there. What's y'all take on that?
Well, I think society is super hypersensitive right now. So people should be a little bit cautious about what they put on social media. And then when you put things on social media, a lot of times it doesn't go away. It doesn't matter if you
Ever.
delete your page or you delete the
Somebody
app.
screenshot it.
Yeah, somebody's already got it, or it's still just somewhere in the deep, dark web. And I just don't feel like people should, not pay attention to things like that because they
Look.
put themselves out there anyways.
Look, I love it. I love it, and I'm going to tell you why I love it.
TNA?
Well,
I'm teasing. Go ahead.
y'all got to excuse me because the conversation Mondo started before we started the podcast. It was hilarious. So I said I love it because it's bringing out people who we would never have known, who may have some positions that they've been using this bigotry or racism against people,
Yep.
and nobody ever knew that they were doing it because they're the person. First thing you come to work, hey, how's it going, Mondo? Hey, Daph, how's everything? How's your mom? But
Yep.
the whole time, it's that undertone racism that they have in their mind, and social media, because they feel like it's not real. A lot of people feel like social media is not real. So if I put it out on the web, it's just out there. And so what happens is they expose themselves. So when they expose themselves and then they're held accountable, then that's one less person that we have to
Yep.
deal with as a society to be in a position to oppress people. And not just black people, white people. It can be for any reason that they're putting those things out there.
But, so even with that, how, like say with Kevin Hart when he was going to host, was it the Oscars or
Yeah.
something? And then they found those tweets that I guess were offensive to LGBT.
Right.
And him being a comedian, he like no harm, no foul. It's just jokes. It's just fun.
Right.
And then,
But some things aren't jokes to people,
that's a fact.
But I think social media gives a platform for all type of entertainment, right? Whether you're a comedian, whether you're an artist, whatever you are, it's a platform for you, right? I think that sometimes we do become hypersensitive, but I think it has to be in the context of what somebody's using it. If you have someone who's a comedian, then that's their job to entertain and to make fun, right? If you have somebody who's an actor, that's their job to portray this, that, and the third. No one gets mad at a white person for playing a slave owner in a movie. They don't then say, "Oh, this person must be super racist," because that's their job.
If they're doing a real good job, you'd be like, you know what? I don't even like Nick Nolte no more.
Yeah, like Django. Who played
Leonardo DiCaprio?
No,
My man from Miami Vice.
the older black dude.
Oh, you talking about Samuel L.
Sam Jackson.
Yeah, like when we left the theaters, my parents were like, "No, we don't like him anymore."
That mean he did a good job acting.
But you think of it this way when you talk about how it affects the negative, but there's some positive to it.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people who have been discovered off of some type of social media platform. But then you have some people who go on there, like you explained, Mondo, for likes, or they go on there for attention, or they go on there to expose. So it's a double-edged sword. As much as it gives, as much as it take away.
Yeah, people love attention though. People love the attention that they get from social media. They love the likes that they get. They love the people that comment on their posts. Like people love it. Like they thrive for that attention.
What do you think likes do? Like think about it. What does likes do?
They make you happy.
So it's ego. So it's ego.
I think
do women
it's-
have ego?
Who?
Do
They
women
got
have
big egos.
I think some women have egos. I don't know what everybody else got. I know what I got.
Yeah.
What do you have?
Yeah. Yeah, what you got? She got a big ego.
Right.
It's not that I have an ego. It's just like I'm confident in myself.
Right.
You
so,
know?
so when you post something on social media and say you took 92 pictures, 92 selfies, and you picked that one, right? Because all of that, I woke up like this, flawless. No, that's about 82 takes, right? So once you do that,
it's a lot of takes.
right? And once you do that and add all your filters, and then you get 14 likes.
Okay,
like,
I
what
don't
does that
add
do?
a whole bunch of filters, first of all.
First of all, she don't do all the filters.
Okay, she only do 2 or 3. Listen, so what happens if you only get 14 likes? What do you guys think happened to a person who we all know those social media whores, right? Whether it's man or woman.
I've been called a social media whore.
I've seen you out there whoring.
No.
I think some people is really detrimental to their ego, and I think it hurts them because they'll post something and then like nobody likes it or they don't get a lot of comments or anything like that. Then like 30 minutes later they post something else.
Or they take it
I was
down.
about to say they take it down.
Or they
Or
take
they
it
take it
down.
down.
Yeah.
So it's like me, like, you know, I post for conversation, you know, because a lot of times, like, I can ask a question, I know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see, you know,
What other people
what
think.
other people think. You know, sometimes it's to, you know, spark, you know, something. You know, sometimes it's for me to see where your head is at to, you know, get my wheels a turning.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's to be an a-hole.
It did sometimes. Like my boy says, you just poke the bear and run.
That's
And
it.
I was like, yeah.
And whoever's slower
'Cause he
than
was
you,
like-
catch it.
He said, you'll post something, everybody in an uproar, and you don't even comment.
And that's how I am. I think that's the fun thing to sit back and watch how people react to
Yeah,
things.
I love it.
I comment to people when they comment on my posts because I like to make people feel like all their opinions
I do.
are important.
I hit like, even if I don't agree with what the person has said.
Thank you for commenting.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
well,
let you
that's
know.
yeah. I get that.
But do you think that, so let's look at men versus women with posting. And we're only going to talk about pictures, right?
Okay.
It's just strictly pictures. Whether it's Instagram, Facebook, you know, if you still got Bebo or MySpace,
Black Planet.
Black Planet, anywhere. Shout out to Black Planet.
That's where I
My
started
page
from.
is no.
Still open?
No.
Mine was the 18th letter.
Oh, okay. So, talking about just pictures, who posts the most attention-seeking pictures? Is it the men or the women?
I think men post attention-seeking pictures, but they don't get the same attention like females because females are females and
Right.
females get more attention anyways because you know it might be some cleavage or it might be
Shout
a
out to
certain
cleavage.
type of picture. However, I think guys post pictures too just for that attention also. But you standing there in some, you know, you just be standing there and I be like,
Now, maybe because I'm broke. Maybe because you're broke. You know, I ain't got but $27 to my name. I can't post with a whole bunch of money. I think I did it once. I think with just flashing with some money. We were going somewhere to help pay for sent somebody through school or something one night.
So
I
it
had
wasn't even
money.
your money?
So yeah, because we had to pay. We was helping some young lady pay for a scholarship for school
Oh.
or something. So I had the money with me.
I would have rather seen the credit cards than
Y'all
see the
catch
money.
it. Y'all catch what I just said later. It's fine.
Oh, I know.
So
I didn't get it.
Well,
The young lady was working her way through school.
No, I didn't get it, but y'all
Yeah.
can tell me later.
So, but no, like, you know, flashing this money, but it's like if I click like, you're not giving up the money. You ain't giving nobody no money.
That's worse than if you pass up this Jesus post, you won't be blessed. Same concept.
Oh yeah, I keep scrolling sometimes.
Yeah. So,
Jesus.
Not that I don't, you know.
but I mean,
love Jesus.
I think like, I don't like to say this on the air, but y'all gonna know my secret. If I'm ever like posting selfies or something, I done had some of that fluid in me. I probably had one or two, just one or two
At a time?
Probably double
fist?
double fist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but with those, when you said about posting with that money, so men want people to think that they got it, whether they do or not, right? I think females
I ain't
post
got it.
more of a look at me,
Yeah,
right?
that it is.
So it's a hey, I got it, because women like men who got it, and women post because women know men like sexy stuff.
Yeah.
So we're both posting for the other person rather, but for different reasons. But sometimes I think that men and women post for other men and women. It has nothing to do with trying to attract the opposite sex. It's more of showing my superiority to you.
Yeah.
Okay, Mondo, I got on these I don't know, Gucci pants that I paid $19,000 for.
Or $19.
Or $19 at Ross. But you don't know that. So you look at me like, man, he stay fresh, right?
Right, yeah.
And then maybe that lowers your self-esteem, right? Because you can't stay fresh like me.
But so I'll say, I think that it causes an unconscious competition. You know what I'm saying? Because you see somebody doing stuff. Sometimes it's a good reason. Oh, such and such went back to school, got that degree. Man, you know what? Dang, I need to do that. But on the flip side, when we saying like material things, stuff like that, it, you know. But then again, it could be a good push. It could be a good. You know what? I should get my passport. I do want to travel, or you want to change things. But sometimes it's just
It's the
Make you
hate,
feel
and
bad.
you be like, oh my goodness, they
Another
posted-
picture of them on vacation.
See, I can't relate because I ain't a hater. So I'd be happy to see people doing good. But I do know a couple people that's be, man, they ain't went there for real.
Like they're standing there.
Right, yeah. Green screen.
But so, Daph, what do you think about when as a woman and you see women posting all of these almost nude pictures, or these seductive pictures? Like, how does that?
I just be like, do you, girl? You're great.
so
cool
what is,
story.
So what does your inner mind say?
Some people, I just be like, why are you doing this? You know what I mean?
Right.
Because some people do it because they're doing it for the attention and they're doing it for the likes. And it's not that you really know them, but even like, so people are friends with people on Facebook and social media, and a lot of times you don't know them.
Right. We
But
Facebook friends
but you
and be real
learn
close.
people through
Yeah.
Facebook, because you can see them out somewhere. Like I see people out sometimes. I be like, ooh, they my Facebook friend, but
Don't know if you can speak or not.
yeah, but then some people, I feel like you learn them through Facebook, even if you don't really know them, or you learn them through Snapchat or
Yeah, we
whatever.
can watch their relationships, their kids
Right.
grow up.
Yeah,
everything.
you find out so much information about people, but pertaining to the females and when they post things like that, like I don't try to hate on anybody, and it's not my thing to like hate on them, but I do have my humble opinions about things because I'd be like, that was a little extra, you know?
So, Mondo, what about you? Like when you see brothers posting, and it's like you can tell when it's the attention-seeking posts that
Right.
people will make, whether it's inside of a bar with money up to their head, or if
I
it's
think it's to me it's dumb. But I want to say about the women too. I'm gonna start when you post, like say attention, but then you know the kind of attention
That
that
you're
it
gonna
brings,
get.
And then you don't want it.
You mad? Oh, they thirsty. You thirst trapping.
Yeah, somebody in my inbox.
So
but you can't put a glass of water in the desert and expect the person not to grab the water.
But I think a lot of people want that attention in their inbox, and then they're like, oh, and then they'll screenshot it and then they'll post it. And then they'll be like, oh, look what this person said. And some people be real petty about it and they'll post it with the person's name. And I'm like, why are you doing that?
Yeah. Now you can share it amongst a friend or something, but
Yeah.
don't put it out there.
I think they do it for the concept of the more people want you, maybe the person who you want is going to want you.
Because it be some women, they'd be in my inbox. I'd be like, ain't
nobody in your
here.
inbox.
Ain't
Open it up,
Nobody in that inbox. Show me.
Right.
Prove to me. I don't believe you.
So when back to the question of the guys, how does that resonate? Like when you look at it, and some of our homeboys and some people we don't know that we're Facebook friends with, you see them posting and you like, come on.
It'd be like, why? It's like you're with a bunch of dudes. Why are you showing out for a bunch of dudes? And I'll even take it back to the time like pre or early social media, like MySpace times. Probably when I was hanging out heavy. And I'd be like, dudes, do y'all just come to the bar for other dudes?
Because they all stand together and drink and just look.
You know what I'm saying? Is women here? So I think it kind of, the generations and bam, social media. So it's like you doing it for other. Like, look at me. Look what I got. Now, I guess kind of like a conversation I think we was having yesterday when we was having dinner or whatever, and talk about like when you get older, like about like I think we was talking about fashion or something.
We were, yeah.
Now some people ain't never had nothing.
Right.
And everybody know I never had nothing.
Now I
so
gotta
now
show
I
'em.
got something. So I need to show everybody,
Right.
what I've got,
And I think that and I'm just speaking for us poor people, not you guys. Um,
You know, I come from money.
I know. So when you look at it for us poor people, shout out to the poor people that didn't have anything and then became, like you said, that had things. I think I went through that stage for a little bit, not long, but I did, where I felt as if I never felt like I was less than everybody else, but I knew that that was the one thing that I couldn't compete in. Like I can compete in academics, I can compete in sports, I compete with getting women, like all these things I can compete in. But I knew that that was one thing that I had lagged in. And so what I started to do was then go out and get these things because I can afford them. So if you see me now, I don't even wear jewelry. You'll never see me in jewelry. Yeah. You'll never see me earrings. You barely see my glasses unless they prescription glasses that I'm wearing, because I know, for me personally, I can't speak for anyone else, that was a part of me, that it was the proven stage. And I'm not into that proven stage. But
was it, well, who are you proving it? See, and I think
myself.
Too, yeah.
So it wasn't for other people, it's for myself, because it made me feel good that I can finally get these things or whatever. So I think with social media, sometimes people are going to either project the life that they want you to think they have, because when you see them in real life and every day, that's not the life that they live. And some people, they only live on Facebook. Like they don't have a real life
at all.
So that's their
this guy here.
So that's their comfort blanket. That social media.
But and so I'm gonna ask Daph, but I would say now for me, I don't know if social media is a comfort blanket for me, possibly, but I tell people I'm not that outgoing in real life.
Right.
So if you see me in public and you're like, oh, that's Ramon Mondo or whatever, I'll speak. 'Cause I'm not funny acting, but I'm really not that outgoing. I'm kind of shy to a degree, but on social media, yeah. But on social,
it's alter ego on social media.
Really, ask my mom. Next time you talk to my mom, ask her. Right. So I mean, it'd be different. You know, we know each other now that we have a relationship. It's kind of different. But at first, I'm kind of, like in it. Like even when I go out, granted, know everybody in the city almost. So I speak and stuff like that, but I'm real kind of standoffish to myself. And once I get comfortable,
once you get comfortable,
once I get about two of them in me, then it's different. And if I'm with my friends and stuff, a lot of times I'm by myself.
So when you're on social media or you're using a platform like that, you feel like you're able to project more energy because you're not actually having to physically speak to people?
Maybe.
Or it's easy to type things
because I gotta be vulnerable. Go ahead.
Well, yeah. Well, it leads on into the question of how people are super keyboard warriors when it comes to social media and things like that. Like people get behind the keyboard or they get behind the screen and they become something completely different.
Now I am who I am. That's I just say I'm not as outgoing. So to what you're saying is I'm true to myself. I think I'm just more quiet. So social media, I think for me, gives me the opportunity to ask people questions who I would never get to ask stuff. It gives me a reach to, somebody who I probably will never really meet in real life, and it gives me opportunity to say something to somebody I haven't seen in 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's not, for me, it's not a front. I'm all black first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Light skin.
Right. Well, that too. So things of that nature. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm confident, but I'm shy. I'm articulate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the smartest person, but I ain't a dummy.
Right.
So it's true to my nature, but it's just like, as much as you see me typing on there and posting, because I post stuff that'll be my thoughts,
right?
Even if it's something I wrote or something I've seen.
But do you think, with that being said, do you think it's because you can't see if you hurt my feelings? Like, just think about when people posting things, and some people post some vulnerable things, or they post some unpopular things, and then they post it, and they wouldn't say it in a circle because they don't want you to react, and now you can see my reaction, and you may find me in a vulnerable moment when I'm speaking these things? Or do you think also that people post because they believe that they really don't have anybody in the real world to listen to them? But Facebook, once I post it, it's inevitable that somebody somewhere in the universe is going to read it and either agree with it or give me an advice for it or tell me that they've been through it and show me how to walk through it. It's easier to handle it that way than to say, hey, Mondo, can you come over? I got this issue that I want to talk to you about.
Easier. Maybe it's easier because think about this. If I'm the closest person to you, like, you know, if I was your guy or we brothers or something, you wouldn't take advice from me.
Right.
But if a random person, you like, you know what, you're right. I will do that.
And you be
Yeah.
sitting back like, I just told this
People
sucker
are
this
seeking
14
that
times.
affirmation.
But I think Facebook made us lazy. So I think why we can Facebook, because most people Facebook from their phones. Unless they're at work, they're probably not on the desktop. So then that's why we text so much and not pick up the phone as much, right? Because on Facebook, you ain't doing it. You texting.
Right.
It's that interaction, you know, because it's social media. So some people, this is as social as it's gonna get.
Yeah, social interaction is not a huge thing anymore. You know, where
Right.
you communicate with people and talk to people. And
I don't know if I answered your question. I don't think I did.
I don't think you did either. But if you,
okay.
so think of this though, when you're doing social media, do you think that people get lost in social media? Like it becomes their reality? Like that becomes their life? Like if
I
you
think-
offend me on
yeah,
social media, it hurts me for real?
yeah, but and I also
hope
think
not.
in real life, people are offended by people, and then they do things like you can post something, and certain people, like, say we all posted something, you know what I mean? And two people might like yours, you know, but then those same two people might not like what I posted
And it's the
because they
same
just
thing.
don't like me.
Me. Oh,
Right.
yeah.
You know?
So they might unfriend you.
No, they don't unfriend
No.
me because they need to know what I'm doing because
No,
they,
because
you know.
they'll unfriend both of us. And then they're not mad at me no more. So
Right.
they'll be my friend again. They won't be yours, right? Okay. That's throwing a
I've seen
shot.
that happen
Yeah,
before.
I'm just throwing a shot.
But it does
Inside
happen,
thing.
and you'll post stuff, and then even if you like see them somewhere, they'll be like, "Oh, I saw." Oh, you saw, but you.
I never understood that. Like, I've had people, and granted, maybe, and I have like friends as preachers and different
Yeah.
stuff like
Not that I care that
So-
you didn't like it,
Yeah.
but then don't.
So
Tell me
I
you
get
saw it.
You can't. I know some people cannot comment on my post because of the nature of the conversation
And
and what they do
their
and who
position.
they are.
I get that.
Yeah.
But well then, yeah, because I was just thinking. Well, then why you just didn't say what you had to say on
But
there?
I'll get petty and I'll post on people posts just because I know that they didn't like something that I posted,
See,
and I don't care.
Hope I
so
ain't
let
throw
me-
that mic
let me-
sound off.
let me ask you this. What about the tension that social media brings? Like the tension between, like right now, the climate that we're in.
Okay.
A lot of people are losing friends, right? And some long life friends that they've had and grow up with or work with. I read a post today about a guy who two of his friends were a different race than him, and he found out some things about them. And I think it was through social media that he found out, and he unfriended them. After he talked to him, you know, he said he couldn't, you know, continue to be friends with them. Now, his choice to unfriend them, I would have just start tagging them in stuff that I like, but he unfriended
Right.
them. Do you think that sometime with social media, people don't think about the ramifications that come behind what they post and the circles that they were in or what they portray themselves as? And I think that's how they lose their job, because they get lost in social media.
Yeah.
And their inner self come out. Like, you know how they say, don't press in?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
keep pressing send.
Because people think
That
that
should be the
social
name of this
media
show, though,
is a
this
reality.
episode.
You know, they think that it's a reality now. I don't know if it comes from like the like, I don't know how I want to say it, but I don't know if it's coming from the climate that we're living in and the live shows and the reality shows and things like that, or if it's coming from something like that. But people are actually living in this reality that they think is a real thing, and it's not. Like, it's not real. But you take your phone to work, you take your phone to the store, you take your phone to church, you take your phone everywhere. And people are living in that era, or in this era where they think that it's like, it's real.
Because people will leave their wallet at home and go to work, but they're not leaving their phone.
Oh, no, I'll turn around and go back and get my
They will
phone.
turn around because they may miss something.
Now, since I've paid off all my debt, my phone really don't ring. You know what I'm saying? I get text messages from the fellas.
But if you have Snapchat, if you have Twitter, if you have Instagram, if you have Facebook, like, that is a person's life. Like, they'll lose, like you said, they'll lose their job just because they need to attain the attention that they're getting from these social media sites.
So I'll say with me, I never post to offend. If you get offended, I apologize.
That was a bonus.
I'm sorry for hurting your feelings. Well, I apologize for hurting your feelings, but I'm not sorry for what I posted.
Right.
Right.
Now, it's been times where I've posted things.
Subliminally?
No, like I just posted something.
Yeah.
And people hit me up. Even dude, good friend, known him for years. We don't talk every day. When we see each other, it's love. Hey, delete that. You know who you work for and who your employer is. Delete that right now. Check me.
Yeah.
Like you were supposed to do. Instantly deleted it.
I've had that happen.
You know what I'm saying?
Like just delete that, and I'm like, first I'm like, no, I meant it.
Yeah.
But then they like, yeah, you meant it right now, but what about later?
Yeah. So
Yeah. I try not to ever post any posts that are like, deletable posts where I need to I try to word things to be like politically nice.
Well, once you get one or two in, you like Mondo, politically correct, it's like out the window.
No, I try. I
I
to
don't,
be
not
politically
correct,
and
politically
grammatical correct.
nice.
I want to ask this, soften up a little bit. Have you ever posted something, right? And it could just be lighthearted, whatever, and then somebody comments on your post, and it's like they feel like yeah, sweetie, or oh yeah, Will, you should take me there. You know, like you post like, oh, I want to go to so and so. Girl, I take you there, and then ruin your whole post.
Yeah,
because they making it like portraying like it's something going on, and you've never seen this person in real life before.
Oh,
I would love to go there. When we going?
Yeah, it's like,
I know if people post on my post like that, I'd be like, listen, you need to get off my post.
man, I remember I had to because I was in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
And I posted something had nothing to do with me, and the way this lady responded, I'm like, I got about 10 minutes before this woman see this post. I got to delete the whole post. And the other comments were so good.
Yeah.
And I'm
you
like,
could have just deleted
Deleted
her
hers.
post.
I had to do that. I just
Deleted the whole thing?
Yeah.
But, dude,
So you
with,
felt some type of way.
no, he didn't want no static.
I didn't want no static on the home
But-
front.
Yeah.
But you could have just deleted her post.
But then if she would have jumped back on there, like, oh, you deleted my post.
No.
Then
Right.
that did not make it even
Now
more
all of a
worse.
sudden it's worse. Because like, what did she say? Because she didn't see it.
So what about dating and
And
social
Facebook.
media?
Yeah.
And Facebook and Instagram.
Well, I think dating and Facebook and Instagram and social media, you're just not friends.
That's the best way?
I think it's the best way. I think it's easier.
Because I'm with you, because I think that Facebook complicates things because it can be misunderstood. Because like you said, Mondo, a lot of times you just post what you're thinking. And then you can get somebody who always respond to everything you post.
heart every
or heart
comment.
everything that you do. And you're like, at one moment, it's like, okay, that's cool. But then you're like, some of the stuff I post, I don't even agree with. I'm just putting it out there for conversation. But then it just become repetitive.
Yeah, it's just easier to not be friends with that person and then just to make a fake page and follow that person.
Cause
I wouldn't do that. But
do dudes make fake pages?
I don't
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes.
Get out of here.
know. Do tell who.
I don't know who.
But dudes make fake pages.
But dudes make fake pages. And then you don't even really have to make a fake page because you can stalk people other ways without making a fake page. But I won't
giving
talk
out
about
all
it.
the
at
goods.
home, look at the
But-
ladies at home that ain't really. They ain't got their notebook. Hold on, girl. Put this on
Message
pause.
me.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. But you don't, I think dudes do make fake pages.
Wow. I'm old though, so that's the thing.
Yeah,
too.
I ain't got time to make. Listen, I'll be having sometime trouble remembering my Facebook password now. I'm not gonna have 3
good.
Facebook passwords to remember.
Yeah, people do all types of things for social media now. Especially like, I don't know if y'all are on Twitter. I'm on Twitter.
Yeah.
But Twitter is wild.
Twitter is Twitter. You don't need my OnlyFans page. You just going straight to Twitter.
Twitter has everything.
got
Twitter
everything.
is life. And like people don't realize it. Like so many people are stuck on Facebook all the time, but everything that's happening in life and generating by the second is happening on Twitter
If
at
this
the
wasn't
moment.
a family-friendly show,
Whoa. First of all, there's no family here.
no, we're family. We're in the living room chilling.
Okay.
We're the only people that got a TV behind us. That's
Right.
how you know when you got TV in front of you and behind you.
Right, you're doing big
Yeah,
things.
but Twitter, somebody sent me something. I said, it's like hardcore.
Yeah,
Stuff.
on Twitter.
See, I'm not really on Twitter. I did one here and there, but they go, you need to be on Twitter. I said, look, I one thing at a time.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So speaking of Twitter, would YouTube be considered a social media platform?
Yeah.
I think it is in a sense as far as like people posting vlogs and things
Okay,
like
yeah.
that.
Because can't you go live now on YouTube?
Yeah.
Well, you could
You
always
can
go
go,
live.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and so
well, on all of them you can go live. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
I think-
Twitter, you have to use like, I think it goes through like Periscope.
Oh, is Periscope still pop? Because that was like the first one that was doing the live thing, right?
Well, I get Periscope notifications,
Oh.
but I'm on
she's
all
just
the
everywhere.
platforms.
So hold on, let's go back to when we talked about relationship and social
I don't have
media.
an OnlyFans, though.
If you need a manager,
Get this money.
Yeah.
just get this money. When you talk about relationships, who get mad the most off of likes and comments on the opposite sex page? Let me look around. Oh, Mondo.
So everybody who know me know the crap I post on Facebook, right?
Right.
Okay. It could be religion, about race, social. How do you date me and then get mad about the crap that I post on Facebook?
And you used to be liking it. It's the same
So
stuff.
I'm gonna say women. Okay, Dad, you can go ahead.
Do I get mad about the stuff that guys post on Facebook?
No. If you're in a relationship, not yours, but who do you think get mad the most off of someone else liking or commenting too much for their perspective on your page?
I've gotten in trouble. I've gotten in trouble
Well,
for what somebody.
because
Yeah.
you've probably been with some more sensitive people.
I hope they don't watch.
Maybe.
But maybe they probably.
I mean,
are,
I'm
'cause they're
just saying
probably friends
because
with
some-
Will or something, so they might see
I'm
this.
just.
You may get that text of the
They not
sad
your
puppy.
friend no more.
You may get the sad puppy text. So
What's the sad puppy text?
when a person is upset,
Oh, you know what? I got one of those.
oh yeah, so we're
Y'all
not
can't
gonna-
drink no more Red Bulls before.
So
That was funny.
So hold on,
Another inside joke.
right? So listen, who do you
Oh,
think?
I think both parties get super upset about it, but I think because guys try to be more masculine about the
Yeah.
situation and it's Facebook and you don't want to act like, a punk about it. You just want to be like, "Oh, well, I can't believe." But I think females get mad too, but then that leads to the category of what do you all think about people being in relationships and being on social media and projecting their relationship and their lifestyle?
See, that's why I never like really put relationship on there, and it's not like, because if you know me, you know who I'm dating or
Yeah.
who I'm
Right,
seeing.
right.
But it's just that kind of
Everything that comes with it.
Yep. So
Yeah.
I'd say, to answer your question too, I really think it's guys, and I'll say why guys get more, because women get more attention than men.
Right.
So then if a guy can't handle it, which you should know already what kind of attention she gets,
Probably what brung you in
know,
anyway.
But just like you said previously, you already knew what kind of post I posted
Yeah.
before you even started dating me. So why are you
Think about
angry
it.
now?
I don't post sexual stuff. I don't post my personal business. So there would be no reason to
To think that it's
if
personal.
if I come off flirty, then you just say something, right?
Right.
But I think guys, because a lot of guys can't handle her getting attention. If he's insecure,
He really
won't
can't
be
handle
able to handle that.
Yeah.
Because and y'all probably know people who are in relationships and they on Facebook, and they post whatever they post, and people comment, and then the boyfriend or girlfriend will comment later,
Yeah.
down, and it's like it is what it is, because it's like you with me, so
So I don't. But
Yeah.
and what you just said is key. It's like if you're gonna have a social media relationship, meaning you're projecting your relationship on social media, then you gotta know what that comes with. You gotta be strong enough for that.
Yep.
Sometimes it has nothing to do with the young lady's attention that she's getting. It's the guy's insecurity or what he feel like he's like. If I'm a person who's well-to-do and very known in the city and love to party and got money and those things like that,
Flashing money.
and your boyfriend is not, but everything you post I'm liking, and you're like, oh thanks, and then I'm commenting under there, oh that's a nice picture, you look beautiful, like those type of things. Then if he's insecure, two things you're gonna say, okay, you need to cut that out, like the way that he's posting on your page, or he's gonna feel like she's into him and this is what she likes.
I agree and disagree. You can't, like I always say,
You can't control.
you can't control who posts
Right.
And you can't control who in your inbox.
Right.
You can control how you respond.
Right.
So if a dude constantly on your post saying stuff, flirting, why don't respond to it? If a dude is in your inbox, if you ain't selling cookies or a product or something like that, it is what it is. Just ignore him.
Right.
You know, that's my thing. Now, if she's respecting your relationship and you acting up, then you're insecure.
Right.
But if she's not putting boundaries up and how she's interacting with these guys, then that's the issue.
Right. I can dig with that. I just think that sometimes, you know, when you have a public relationship on social media, sometimes people, you know, they say relationship goals, right? So everybody wanted relationship goals with Will and Jada, right? And then they saw what was going on, and they was like, "Oh, I don't want those goals no more." The same thing with what's the guy name who had went to jail and came back, gave his girl all that money.
Oh, Gucci.
Not Gucci, the other one.
Oh,
Oh, well, whatever his name was. Like, and then they ended up finding out he was cheating on her. It just happened. He put the little sex tape out. Yeah.
No. See?
Okay. I'm about to tell you about. But anyway, but just those things that sometimes social media can portray a couple as one way, and people start looking up to them. And then when that couple fails, it seems like the person who was saying relationship goals is more hurt than the people who break up.
On there.
Yeah.
So,
but some people do. Some people put all their information on there, and then, you know,
Right.
I just go ahead and put something in the comments so I can make sure I keep up with the comments.
No, this is
you know
what I
mean?
do. It's from that TV show, The Game. When I
Derwin?
forget her name. No,
Melanie?
It was the dude Jason, and he had his wife,
Yeah.
the blonde haired lady, and she was dating Aquaman. And it's a GIF or whatever where it's Aquaman pulling up to the soccer with a chair. So I always use that GIF. So that way, bam. So when the comments is coming, then I get my notifications.
Yeah.
So with the dating social media, because you petty like I am, he don't like to admit. At least we hear with it. When it's that one person, every 3 months, it's a new boo on social media.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah.
They get around.
But I think that when people say, you know, you got 3 months, 4 boos, right? We see this. So that means that on boo number 2, we know you're not really happy. You're just waiting on boo number 3.
Or how did you get boo number 2 and 3? Did they just hop in your inbox? Like, were you working on
That's
that
a good segue to inbox on social media.
Which is, yeah, I mean, I want to know. Do you all, so when people post pictures and you're single and you're not in a relationship, do you hop in inboxes according to
What was that, Mondo?
what is posted?
Yeah. Well,
So
what do
this
you do,
is
William?
this.
Do you hop in inboxes?
What do you do,
This
Braylock?
is, wow. Okay.
Bloodline.
Well, first of all, no. I think that in this day and age, there's different ways of approaching people. And if a person has a big social media presence, or that's what they project, and you're interested in them and you don't know them personally, then I think that jumping in someone's inbox is just like seeing them for the first time at the bar, where everybody is talking and you try to pull them to the side and say what you want to say.
That, yeah.
So it doesn't mean that I'm
Analogy.
in your inbox like, oh, what's it? It may just be saying, hey, I like your pictures. I would like to get to know, whatever the case may
Yeah.
be. But I put it in the realm of, because of the environment in which I know you, which is social media. How can I take away from that social media to introduce myself personally?
That's good.
So
I
when
like
I
your
introduce
answer.
myself personally, it depending on what I think and what I see, it may depend on what I put in your inbox, right? I'm not gonna come in vulgar. I'm never a person come in, oh, I like to hit that, or I like to.
So
No.
you do hop in inboxes.
Yes. Yes. Let me tell you. Yes, I have, and I think, and I don't think that anyone who says that they haven't.
I haven't.
But I'm talking about males.
Okay.
There's some females who
Some people
they will
will
jump in your inbox. Mondo,
Yeah.
have you ever been in anybody's inbox?
Yep. So your answer analogy was awesome. Like, I was really like, man, that's a great analogy. So my thing is, because I'm shy, maybe I deal with rejection issues or something. I've always been scared to do it because I've seen women say, all these dudes on the inbox. The next one I'm expose them.
And you're like, I'm in
Now,
there.
granted, the women who
I don't want to be exposed.
Right. Now, granted, the women who I've seen do that.
Yeah.
You know, they wouldn't have been ones that. But it's
Hold on.
almost like Will said, like, you see them, and it's almost not even. And it might not even be on the dating tip. It may just be like you're interested in this person, like just what they're just interested.
Right.
You know, they look nice. They're interesting. They post stuff with content or whatever. So it's almost like I would like to get to know them.
Right.
So, but my thing, I always been kind of not skeptical, kind of nervous about it.
Hesitant,
because
yeah,
I don't want to come off wrong. Of course, I'm not gonna come off like, yeah, man, you thick than a mug or nothing like that. But I don't want to come off wrong. You take it the wrong way, and it's like, ugh. And then it's like you don't want to do it too many times.
Right.
And then it's like you're the serial inboxer.
Yeah.
And you know, you is like you don't want to get that either. But like,
I
say like
ask people who sent you.
so like say a Facebook story. so like I you know sometimes we'll comment, and I'll tell somebody, you know what, meet me in your inbox, because
On
it
the
may
post?
be or you know sometimes people I just like, oh well, inbox me, and then we'll have a conversation. So the conversation, because maybe we're gonna bring up somebody's name that we
Well,
don't want
right,
to say,
right.
or a situation
Right.
that you want everybody to see. Now, granted, a lot of conversations I have on Facebook is with people that I have never met in real life.
Right.
Right.
You know, so I think like, you know, even like on a Facebook story, you know, I think that's easier,
Right.
because I didn't know if
And
you,
it
when
goes
you
right-
hit like it, I didn't know they
Yeah,
can
it
actually
goes right to right to your inbox.
you
Yeah.
know. So that
So
that,
you,
that
you only
happened.
press that heart one time, Mondo.
So what happened one time, you know how the it go kind of fast.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm going to hit the laugh.
It was the wrong
I'm going to
one.
hit the laugh after one picture, but the next picture comes up and it's not a laughable picture, but the laugh went to that. So the inbox was like, "Why you laughing at my picture?"
Yeah.
And
you had to explain it, so then it
I had to
sparked the
explain it.
conversation.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it sparked the conversation, and then boom.
Yeah.
So
you know what I'm saying?
let me ask you this. I think that a lot of times when women say, and I can only speak from a man's perspective, women say, "Ain't no good man out here," this, that, and the third. And they,
light is
but
hot.
then they say, you know, these guys all in my inbox.
Should've
But
sat here.
sometimes, you know, I think women, the inbox, you're going to get those crazy things depending on what you're posting. Like Mondo said earlier, if you're posting all of these half nude pictures and all these things, then they may think that's what you're here for, right? But then also, it may be that guy who wants to speak to you and talk to you, but don't want it everywhere. So he goes in your inbox to try to talk to you, and it's like, for me, if I jumped in anybody's inbox and you said you're gonna expose people, and I was one of the people in your inbox, go ahead, because I'm only saying things that a man would say to a woman. Like, and I'm not saying anything disrespectful or vulgar.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got tongue twisted. Anyway.
It's the Red Bull.
It is the Red Bull. Anyway, so if you expose me, I don't care, because it's going to
Gotcha.
be things that a man will say to a woman who he thinks
it's
is
not
pretty,
crude,
or
yeah.
right. But I think a lot of times, to go back, women do that for attention.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
if you put your inbox out there, right, then what that does is that if there's a young man that wants to talk to you, who was thinking about going to your inbox, who didn't know you, now this person may never do it. He may be a great guy, but he doesn't want his business out there. So I think it's a weapon both ways. And also it's a way to guys who with other people, being people inbox, and then that person uses it against them. Well, your man was in my inbox and this, that, and the third. So I think
Right.
social media as a whole influences reality,
Yeah.
because some people believe everything that's on social media.
Yeah.
So it oozes out on their reality, and you can tell because of people think that they know you by your Facebook, and you're like, no, that's Facebook. Like, that's not me.
It's funny when you say like a guy being so. It's girls who I know. Well, not girls like they kids, but you know, women. So I remember they was making a post talking about dudes' inbox. I said, well, if I'm in your inbox, you gonna answer.
Right.
And they like, huh? I'm like, it's me. You know, if I'm in your inbox, it ain't on no BS. It's just maybe I just need to throw
Right.
something to you. They was like, oh yeah, that is just Ramon. But I got a question for you, being a woman. So granted, you're a nice looking young lady. Guys are jumping in your DMs, correct?
They do.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
jump or they parachute.
I don't know if they have a parachute when they jump in there.
Aquaman.
So, do you respond to all of them, or how should or do a woman decide who she'll respond to and who she's gonna be like, you know?
I
delete,
don't
whatever?
personally know how all women should respond. I think that me, because I'm skeptical of everybody.
Who sent you?
That's exactly what I asked them. I said, "Who sent you? How do you know me? Why are you here?"
And what if they say because
And-
you're beautiful?
And yes, some people will, and they'll say that, and then it depends on the person for me, because at one time my relationship status was married, but only because I was like married to myself on
I
Facebook.
was about to say, hold on.
So-
we missed the wedding.
I know, yeah, right. Don't y'all.
Must have happened last weekend, Mondo.
So, anyways, I would say to them like, my relationship status said married, so why are you here? You know.
So, married men in your inbox.
Do you have any?
Right now,
She said, no, I deleted
What
them.
happens, huh?
it has happened. I mean, it depends. I mean, if they wife cute and I seen her Facebook, like I click on them and then I go to them and then I'm like, I might give them a chance.
Okay, so do you do
No.
this? So say a guy inboxes you, right?
Right.
Who sent you?
Right.
No, I just thought you was
Yeah.
kinda
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Why you
And
gotta use
then
the deep
go
voice,
to his
Mondo?
page,
Yeah.
and then you get to
Scrolling?
scrolling. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're scrolling on his page,
Oh, I meant all the details.
what do you look for? Like, what are like the main things you look
Well,
for when you're
so
scrolling?
I go to the profile, and then instead, when you go to pictures and photos or whatever, instead of going to like the regular photos, I go to like the uploaded photos because
The
they
albums?
show you. No,
Oh, the
you got
ones
to
that
go
you're
to
tagged in.
Yeah.
No, you have to go to uploaded photos because when you go to uploaded photos, it shows like most of your recent photos.
Take
the
notes,
regular
ladies.
photos, they just show like old photos, so you have to like go through both of them back and forth.
Interesting.
So then I go through them and I kind of see who's tagged in them, what kind of relationship they may have had, and then I go
It's
through.
too much work.
And well, I mean,
interesting.
I got time all day.
Okay.
So that's what I do. And then, anyways, I kind of go through it and I see, and then I might be like, let me throw some bait out here. And then I see what the guy says, and then I see what kind of character he is. Not to say that I would
So
continue.
you out there
to-
trapping them.
I mean, if I need to, I will. If I don't want to, I won't.
I got a question. Two single brothers right here. Give us a little advice. Just give us a little advice. And for the single brothers at home.
For the single brothers at
Wait,
home.
first of all, I'm just not an extreme stalker. Just
No, that's
It's too late.
FYI.
It's too late. You've already tagged.
Hey, so let's just say, well, we'll use me. Fine.
Yeah, okay,
I'll be the
okay,
guinea pig.
okay.
So I see this young lady, Facebook, like, oh, she nice, cute. Don't know her personally, right?
Right.
Maybe interact on a post or two, or
Yeah.
haha, or LOL, or
Yeah.
a care button or something. She
I
posted.
love the care button now.
She posted a picture.
Yeah,
So to garner her attention,
yeah.
what would be the best way for a single guy to do it?
To get attention, like
To get her
Attention,
attention.
yeah,
Yeah,
to
do you
get
like
attention
50
from her.
pictures in a row or?
yeah. I kind of look at like their characteristics. What they do, if they're a father, what kind of father they are.
No, but I'm saying
know,
now
or-
you haven't went on my post, but for me,
Me, to get you interested
to
in me.
get you to do that. So what do I
Right.
have to do on your Facebook page or your Instagram page for you to
Even
get
notice
your
me?
attention?
Oh, I
to
just
go
need you to heart
explore?
my stuff.
Just heart it?
Just heart
No,
it?
How many
no.
times?
I'm about to say, yeah. Like, is that it?
We've been
No,
doing this
I
road.
think the comments, if it's like a polite comment or like a nice comment, you can you throw that bait out there, Like, oh, you look nice. Oh, this is a pretty picture. Or, oh, you're smart. I'm not saying that's what really gets
I
me.
told somebody they were smart.
But were they really smart? Oh, yeah.
He didn't know. He didn't know. She was just
From
pretty.
their
Just-
Facebook page, from social media.
Her face looked
And
smart.
then you met him?
I
She
mean,
was like,
nah,
duh.
it's just jokes, people. Just jokes. Yeah.
But,
no, because I always,
I think if you give like good compliments and you're respectable to most respectable females that are on social media that appreciate that attention from guys, I think they fall for that bait, or not necessarily fall for the bait,
Or ba-
but I
it's a-
think that's
right, yeah.
that's approachable. That's an approachable way to get their attention.
See, and I think being in a relationship, I wouldn't pay you no attention sometimes. Like sometimes like if you're in a relationship, when somebody's poking you, right? And I'm not talking about the Facebook poke. I don't even know if that still exists. But know
Yeah.
when someone's know that you're in a relationship and they're trying to get your attention. They're trying so hard to get your attention. You're like, come on, this is ridiculous. But I've had women in my inbox. I'm sure Mondo's had about 2 in his.
Well, when you have people who are in relationships in your inbox, do you not ever ask them like, "Aren't you in a relationship, or don't you have a wife?"
Well,
or
first, that's not my business. I'm
Or
just gonna
don't you have a
respond to you. Like, I'm not going to.
you don't respond?
If I don't know, like, if I know you're in a relationship, and say you're in this city, right? And I know, like Mondo, I know a lot of people in the city. So if I know you're in a relationship and you jump in my inbox, I don't know, I may say something stupid to you. Like I may just put you on the spot.
Yeah,
like
something petty.
And we're saying if they're like cutting into you.
Yeah, if they're cutting
I
into.
mean, because it could be a personal relationship, and it's just like maybe they just because I've had people in relationships have asked me to post something
because they couldn't.
Just because they be like, well, if I post it, I won't get no comments, but if you post it, I get some comments, get feedback.
I've heard that too. Somebody,
Really?
So people, so I've posted like I'd be like, I'll tweak it to sound like me, and then like sometimes I've got people, hey, me and my friends having this conversation. Would you post this? Because I want to see what people think. And I'm like, why you don't, but they think that
nobody
if I
cares.
Do it, it'll get more conversation.
Right. That's sad.
No, no, I don't think
it's knowing your outlets. And if I'm a
sad.
person, that's like saying with fashion. That's what we were talking yesterday. If I wear a shirt from a new designer, nobody really cares. Yeah. But if Jay-Z wears the same shirt from a designer, then people are going to gain attention to that. So then when people say, so when people say, hey, Braylock, can you post this on your page? Oh, I don't care. Like, boom, right? As long as it's nothing that's going to be like too far out. Or like Mondo said, when this conversation we were having, we want to get input, but he knew, whoever the person was, that they wasn't going to get the traction that they wanted or the sample that they wanted, and they knew that he could.
Like, one of my closest, he won't comment on my post because he said every time I do, he said I get notifications all through the day, the night, the next day.
People comment on yours.
Because usually, if it's one of them posts, when I got hundreds and hundreds of comments,
like the one today.
Nah, that I ain't
about the Karen teachers.
Yeah, but I ain't, cause I done got some posts where it just be like I'm not even responding because after a while I can't keep up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But so it'd be.
Oh, you're popular.
No, I don't think it's that.
It's not him.
I
it's
think
the words.
It's the content. I think sometimes it's the content.
So hold on.
Like I was told today, someone said you're a great interviewer. Like you just know the right questions to ask.
Yeah.
So with social media, do you think that your significant other should have access to your social media, not being friends, but have access to be able to go into your social media?
Oh, y'all waiting on me?
Yeah. The ladies got their pen. They like, what's she about to say now?
I personally don't think that they need access to my social media if I was in a relationship.
More than likely, if we're in a relationship, I'll probably share.
I might scoot over and be like, look at this,
Until that notification pop up that you didn't want nobody
No,
to see.
you don't. Message me on Facebook. Message me on Snapchat. Thank you, sir.
I don't know the rules.
Go away.
Yeah.
It's gonna go after
Well, no, I just wouldn't have
screenshotting
you. I wouldn't have you if I was gonna do something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have you message me. You saying
She's
it
giving
like,
out all the goods, bro.
I'm just saying if it was me, I wouldn't have you message me
humble opinion.
in my humble opinion, I'm not going to have you message me on Facebook because if I'm sharing my Facebook info with my significant other.
See, I'm faithful. First of all, I'm a faithful.
I'm not. I am faithful, but if I wanted
herself.
to do,
Yeah,
I do. I love myself. But if I was gonna be, doing something shady like that, I just wouldn't have you message me on that particular platform.
Got you.
Yeah, I have you message me on Instagram or Snapchat.
I think
or something
with our age range, Facebook is the more
common platform.
I think Snap is a little like a generation under y'all.
I got all of them.
Like for my my age on up, they ain't messing with nothing else but Facebook.
That's it.
You don't think I see some people on
I don't.
Snapchat
I'm just saying,
and I be like,
you're trying to be young, forever
see
young.
My older cousin, she's like 10 years older than me. She was like the first person I knew that was on Snapchat.
So she's 60?
I've had a Snapchat for a long time.
So I was like, I
didn't use it for a while.
Because I thought it was for little kids. I thought Snapchat was like
I
for
did too.
kids, like high school kids.
Oh.
Maybe at the time it was. How long ago was this? Probably was.
Yeah, it's been around for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I was about to say, so when we're saying having access, Now, in my humble opinion, right, I wouldn't do this. But what y'all think about people in relationship sharing a Facebook page?
Oh no, I think that's awful.
Listen, let me say
I'm
this.
not sharing anything
Let me say
like
this.
that.
I've seen two people do it,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen just those two people get very well respected on their posts and things like that. But these are people who I know, they've been married for 92 years. They're not
Okay.
old, but they're like
Yeah.
they're like the 43,
I know
44.
older. Yeah, I know
But
older
I
couples.
I probably know them too.
Yeah, I only seen two people who've done it, and that I've never seen anything bad or anybody try to throw a shot or nothing like that. I've seen some people do it, and it goes horrible
Yeah.
because they're doing it to prove to the other person that they're not doing nothing, but the people they're doing the stuff with is being petty on the post.
Right.
Or I'm thinking they do it because maybe one of them not really into social media. Because say like the wife could be
Right.
real like into social media, the husband be like
Or they
Whatever.
just don't really trust the husband to have his own social media.
Well, I would say the ones that I know, I don't think that's the issue.
No.
I think it's what Mondo's saying that.
and I'm thinking because I think we're talking about the same couple, and I think that's
one of
probably
them
why.
is social media, and one of them just like, okay, babe, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And that's both relationships that I'm talking
I
about.
know this couple, well, they're not from here, but I know this couple who are on social media together. However, initially they started, each one had their own social media. And with one of the persons, they would like friend random people. Like of their friends. Like that particular, like the guy friended like a whole bunch of my friends, just like, and I had to inbox him like, listen, don't message my friends, you know what I mean? Or don't friend my friends, don't message my friends or
Right.
whatever.
He told her to get ugly friends then.
And now the couple has a Facebook together because I don't think that she could trust the
Trust
guy.
him.
I got a question. So, if it doesn't work out,
Who gets a Facebook page?
It's deleted.
Whoa. All your friends, the
all the
pictures.
friends.
No, listen, my Facebook is
memories.
moving, so I'm gonna move these pictures, and you
No.
can come visit me at.
So why not? This is what
I think it's
look,
like if we divorce, like you get the house, I get the Facebook account.
Yeah. Like you get the kids, I get the Facebook. You can have the kids. I'm
you
take
see
the
how that
Facebook.
worked out for Dr. Dre, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Man. She richer than him now.
So even so to segue into that, it's crazy how social media, you know where everybody work at.
Man.
You know,
Why do people put like their?
my
You know what?
dumb butt did it
I
too.
think they have to because they ask for it. Like you're setting it up
Right,
and they
yeah.
ask for it. And they're like, oh, okay.
So think about this. The job I do, right? I mean, most people know or got an ideal, where I work at. A lot of people think I still do one position that I haven't done in years. But probably for who my employer is, you could probably look up my salary.
Right.
So just like with professional
Well,
athletes.
did you know you can look up people's salaries?
Right. So if you know where somebody work at, it's just like
Yeah.
with my homeboy, Patrick, my homeboy, we all know he got this big contract.
Right.
And that's why I would hate. So with the same thing with Dr. Dre, if it wasn't for social media,
We wouldn't know.
we wouldn't know
No,
that he
you-
was getting all this money.
Oh yeah, with Dr. Dre, but
because in the social media area, this wouldn't be news.
At all.
yeah,
Without
before
social media, it just be like they
area.
got divorced, undisclosed amount.
yeah.
So, social media, huge upside, huge downside, in between.
I think it's a great tool.
It is.
It could be a great tool.
And like any tool, it's how you use it. I think that in this day and age, with this social media, that a lot of times there's a lot of bad things more than good things, or the bad things just make it to the forefront of the post and things like that. But there has been families reconnecting on Facebook, long lost classmates and all of these things, these great things about it. But when you look at what the forefront is, it's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of people hiding behind their Facebook. Then there's a lot of people who feel, like as I said before, that Facebook is so fake or social media is so fake, I can post and
Like
say
people
whatever
call
I
it
want.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then you have, in my opinion, the ones who get stuck in between. And I know it's a low note, but we forget about those people who Facebook is their reality, and therefore their mental capacity to be able to separate from Facebook and reality
And their
is
life.
so small. that these people become detached and very hurt and driven by whatever Facebook says. I just think that it's a tool, but man,
Like I'll say real quick. So through Facebook, I met a lot of great people that I didn't know them before Facebook, and actually like we boys and stuff now, cool. Was able to be on the radio, we doing podcasts and stuff
Right.
like that, and I mean legit, it came from just
Just
Facebook. Professor at GVSU, happened to tell me, don't stop posting. He told me just to keep posting.
Right.
So I just kept posting, and then 2 weeks later, hey, opportunities, bam.
bam.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it's a great platform, and then in my humble opinion, I think that we're gonna be done.
Bam.
All right. Peace out. See y'all next time. Boop. All right. Man, this red boy had me about to burn. He got to pee.
I know.